taste tour, we thank you for joining us. Decided that we're gonna actually come up with a range of ratings during the initial reviews. So this is another one from Alaska that Heather was so lovely enough to bring back for us. This is Midnight Sun Brewing Company. Kind of a play on words there because at midnight during the summertime, the sun is out in Alaska. This is brewed and bottled in Anchorage, Alaska. It's 8.5% alcohol by volume, 15 IBUs, a Belgian-Style Tripel. Ale brewed with orange peel and coriander. Now the cap on it's pretty cool. All right. Oh, sorry, I actually didn't even, it's Midnight Sun Brewing Company, Panty Peeler. I can't believe I forgot that. Midnight Sun Brewing Company, Panty Peeler, Belgian-Style Tripel. Yeah, that could do it. I can see that peeling the panties. That is, I mean, it's clearly a triple in style. It's a little, I mean, you can even kind of tell by the color, although, again, could be the top of the bottle, not sure, but you can kind of tell by the color. It's not quite as yeast forward as some of the actual Belgian ones, but it tastes really yeasty, but not quite to the same degree of those. But man, it is good. That's nice. I like that quite a bit. I'm going to give that a range because I'm really not sure. This might be my initial rating, would be about a 7.5 to an 8.5, somewhere in that vicinity. I think it's a very, very solid brew, but we'll discuss it in the group setting. Here comes the next one.
Panty Peeler. Triple with orange peel and coriander, which is also cilantro. Doesn't smell like much. Oh yes. I mean, you can definitely tell it's a triple. I really like it. I give it between an 8 and a 9.
Panty Peeler. All right. Triple from Alaska. That's my kind of beer. That is my kind of beer right there. Let's see. I expected a little more flavor. It says ale brewed with orange peel and coriander. I think I expected a little more flavor. It's a little more watery than I expected. Hold on. I like it. It's not great if I compare it to actual Belgian triples, but I wouldn't be disappointed about it, but it's a little less flavorful than I would like and a little thinner and more watery than I expected and would like. Other than that, they're pretty good. My first impression rating would probably be in the 6.5 to 7.5 range. So yeah, not bad though.
Panty Peeler, Belgian-Style Tripel, Midnight Sun Brewing Company, Anchorage. Okay. It's got the orange thing. That's good. Less my thing than others in this room, potentially. But I like it. It has good flavors of the orange and stuff, but not as much a triple person as others. I'd probably give it like a 7, potentially with a change, but first instinct is 7. Yeah.
Well, I think we're ready to
All right,
discuss the
so-
panty peeler.
We're back at the joint group discussion after our initial impressions. So let's discuss our initial impressions. Who wants to start? Anybody?
Well, I think I got the impression from you that our impression was similar,
Yeah.
at least in the sense of I got it was a little thinner, less flavorful, and more watery than I was expecting.
Basically, what I said during my initial impression was, it's good. It's got, you can tell it's a Belgian triple, no doubt about it. The one thing about it though is that, I mean, even looking at the color, you can kind of tell. Typically, Belgian triples are more that color, because that's from the bottom of it, more yeasty, and they taste more yeasty. They have a much more pungent, yeasty taste. This is a little bit watery. With that said, it's unmistakably a Belgian triple, and I like it. I definitely like it. But I gave the range that I gave was 7.5 to 8.5, and I think I'm on the low end of that. I think I'm at a 7.5 on it, because I just want, in the Belgian triple, they're so rich and flavorful, and I just want a little bit more. But I really like it. It's a great take on the style, and you can't, it doesn't taste like a Belgian style. Or Belgian style. It doesn't taste like a actual Belgian triple ale.
Yes.
But it is a good take on the style. That's my take, and I'm going to give it a 7.5.
I think I'm gonna stick with my rating at a 7.
Yeah. So the range I initially gave it was 6.5 to 7.5 on my first impression rating. Hold on. You good for first impression rating?
I gave it an 8 on the first impression. Are you gonna stick with it? Are you being swayed by others' thoughts? Not really.
No, I think an 8 is still. I think an 8 is still.
There's
I
definitely
just
nothing.
really like them.
There's definitely nothing like bad about it.
No.
The taste is nice. I wish there was
Try
a little
mine that's
more.
a little cloudier.
Yeah.
Try that.
And so I'm going to read their little thing here. Free-spirited Panty Peeler pours rambunctiously into your glass, releasing its engaging aroma. Bitter Curacao, orange peel, and coriander create a beautiful yet bolder triple by infusing color, citrus, and spice. Belgian yeast adds playful character. This combination assures a perfectly heady experience. Ride free. Beers for Alaska and beyond.
I'll do 7 on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So a 7,
7.
8, and a 7.5. I think that's exactly where I think 7.5 is exactly where I sit with this one. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, it's a good take on the style.
I mean, if you see it and you like triples, definitely try it.
I totally agree. Because I'm going to go ahead and guess specifically in Alaska, it's probably a lot cheaper than the Belgian stuff is available there. So,
do you remember what you paid for it?
I bought it in the airport, so it
it
might
could've been
have
like
been a little
$10
more
there,
expensive.
yeah.
I think it was somewhere between like 8 and 10.
Yeah, but I bet if you got it in our store in Anchorage, it'd be $5, $6, $7, something like that. And I bet you Belgians there are probably a lot, probably 12.
And usually the bombers, which are 22 ounces as opposed to the 25 ounce ones with the champagne cork deal.
Corked and caged.
Yeah, corked and caged ones. They always seem to have a premium on those, unless they're at Trader Joe's.
Yes.
But the corked ones are always like more expensive than the bombers.
Because those are from Canada, not from Belgium.
well, right, no, for sure. But I'm saying
You pay a little bit more.
it's funny that like the 3 ounce difference in the different bottle.
I know.
See it don't feel weird. It's like, of course it's more expensive.
Right.
Look at that thing.
Right. It's like when people buy champagne.
It's like the bottle of wine it has this perceived value.
That's kind of how I actually think about Belgian triples. To be honest, it's like sort of champagne, beer like champagne type of thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, just from my take, a little bit more watery than I'd like, but I actually like it. It's a solid brew. So a 7.5, an 8, and 2 7s. This has been. Anything else to add?
I don't think so.
All right.
If you want to peel some panties.
Yeah. This has been the Midnight Sun Brewing Company Panty Peeler Belgian-Style Tripel.
Is a naked lady riding a fucking moose?
It does. A reindeer.
It's probably
I think it could be a moose.
Looks like a moose.
It's probably a
Could be a
moose because
moose.
that's like they're
That's an
everywhere
elk.
in Alaska.
Is that what they call it?
That's an elk.
That's great. Ale brewed with orange peel and coriander. I don't really care what the goddamn animal is.
Anyways, their titties are out.
They are. Brewed and bottled in Anchorage, Alaska, and it's 8.5% alcohol by volume. We'll be back Thanks for joining us on the panty peeling episode. Join us again. I'll peel my panties next
Did we
time.
peel your panties?